Hello everyone, this is Luna's Code. Welcome to today's lesson. In today's lesson, we will be building a responsive navigation bar. In our last lesson, we built a static navigation bar. This is it. So in today's lesson, we'll be building a responsive navigation bar using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We already created our JavaScript file here, and it's main.js. As you can see, and we linked it from our HTML file using the script source main.js type because it's text / JavaScript closing tag script. So let's get on to what we have to do. So in our nav tag, because it will all be in the nav, it's a responsive navigation bar. So in our nav tag, we create a div, and say div class. We say this is kind of a toggle button. So we say toggle btn. You can name it anything you want to name it. So the 3 dash you see in most web pages where you click and the sidebar will come out. So those 3 dash will be in form of a span. So we say span. So I'll always copy and paste it. Okay, now we come to our nav.css. We call the span and say, nav.toggle. Since it's a class, we say dot toggle btn, then span. That's parent-child relationship. So we say border 1px solid blue. So you can always see it. We say width, we say 30 pixels. We say we want it to be spaced from each other, like margin top of 5 pixels is enough. So I think this is cool. So we want it to display block so they can split. So this is pretty much straightforward. Okay, nav toggle btn. Okay, border 1px. So okay, let's remove this first and see what happens. Okay, nothing is showing up. Are we naming it correctly? Div class toggle dot. Oh, not dots. Div class toggle btn. So when you're calling it to be dot, so display block. So, yeah, as you can see. So we want to space it. So all of it is a div, not just a single span. So we'll call that actual div to be able to call it as a group. So we say nav. Nav. We say dot toggle. This is it. This is the parent-child relationship. Say position absolute. Makes it be on its own. So we say left. We want it to be on the left hand. Say 20 pixels. I think top. You can always give it also a 30 pixels. Let's see what happens. Everything. Yeah, you can see that it's now properly arranged. So we want to give it white, 1px solid white, so that it becomes white. As you can see, yeah, that's fine. So now I want it to be clickable. For example, let's check what we're talking about here. Now in this stage, we want it to be, let's use the normal browser's responsive nature. If you're using a Windows, it's Ctrl+Shift+I to inspect, or you right click and inspect. Ctrl+Shift+I. If you're using a MacBook, use Command-Option-I. In this case, I'm using a MacBook. I'll say Command-Option-I. As you can see, on 600, which is smaller screens, 768, which is tablet, it's also actually responsive, but as you can see, we need this to be clickable, and we want this sample to disappear on that screen. So first of all, we'll be building, we want it to be clickable first before doing anything, before doing the media queries. So let's make it clickable. Let's add the JavaScript click event. So first of all, I want to do something to that. I think that's fine. That's fine. So we'll come here to our nav dots. Okay, I want the cursor of that to be a pointer so that I know when the mouse is on it. So cursor, I want it to be pointer. Now, I want this. I want to give this. I want to give it an ID. I want to give the ID to be reps, which is responsive resp btn. Understand? Then I want to give it the on-click event for JavaScript. The on-click event. So I'll say which name am I going to give? I'll say my toggle or my bar. Let's use my bar. Then it's going to be a function. So we come to our JavaScript and we call it to say function my bar. Call it function my bar. So now let's know if our JavaScript is working. Let's know if the click event is actually working. So we say on click, when we click that, let the browser alert. Let it alert Luna's code. Let it alert Luna's code. Okay, that's fine. Refresh, then we say, see, on it now. So click on it. Yeah. So I like it. The page says Luna's code. So our click event is properly called. So let's do what we have to do with it. So we wanted to bring out a sidebar, a side nav. So come to our HTML and also create a sidebar, which is, we say div class side. We also always call it side nav. Side nav. We always call it any name you want to call it. So use a div, just a or nav bg, which is a nav background navigation side bg or sidebar. Let's use side nav. I think that's fine. So we'll come to our CSS and style it. So we say it's not inside the nav, so there's no need to call it. So it's on its own. So we say dot nav, so dot side nav. That's fine. Say border 1px solid black as usual. So let's know what we're doing. So we want to give it a width of 30%. I'm giving a percentage here for it to be responsive on its own. I'm giving it a height of 768. Should I give it 768? Maybe the height just over the page. Let's say 768 pixels. I think that's fine for me. Background color, which is background color, I would like to give it an RGB A. It's black. So I think it's 0. Green also 0. Blue also 0. So the alpha represents the opacity. So I want the opacity to be 0.4 or 0.53. Yeah, or 0.5. Let me see. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. So we'll make this thing to be able to go in and come in, go in and come in, go in and come in. So let's just remove the border pixels. We'll always clean this line, or we'll come here and say border. We don't want any border to appear again. So we say border none. So that's line. Now it's not going to be here, it's going to be hidden while before it gets clicked and comes out. Do you get? So the whole nav, I want to give it imagine. Let's make it position absolute so that it doesn't start, it goes, or let's just give it imagine left of let's use minus 400 pixels. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's not completely gone. Let's use minus 500 pixels. It should be gone completely. That's fine. You see? That's fine. It's completely gone. Minus 500 pixels is gone. It's gone. So, I would like to just centralize our H1 so that we see what we are doing with our toggle btn. So just say text center. So no need of margin left. No need of this margin left we are using here. Just use okay. I think text. So text align center. Okay, because we floated it. So it's not working because we floated it. So we just give it 200 pixels. So it goes to the center. So let's see what's happening here. Let's see what is happening here properly. So as you can see this, so we want it to be clickable, like we said. So it comes out, goes in, comes out, goes in and comes out. So let's make it clickable first before we go ahead to do other things. So I call it documents. I said documents as DOM, document object model. So document.get element by my ID. So the ID I'm trying to get is this sidebar class, but I want to give it an ID. I will say resp bg background. So I'll copy it and say document my ID resp bg. So okay, no, let me declare a variable for it. So because we'll be using a lot of the document object model today for most of the things we're doing in this JavaScript. So let's see var x or let x, anyone, declare a variable for it. So x, which is the variable we declared already for it, x dot style dot margin left equals to, we set minus 500 pixels, so we call it 500 pixels this time. So it should work this way. So let's refresh. So call it bro. See, it moves in. It's kind of not cool. So let's add the transition duration. Transition duration, can I say transition or transition duration? Just like we say background or background color. So you can say transition, you can say transition duration. So let's say 2 seconds. I want this thing to happen in 2 seconds. So let me click it. Let's see. You can see that. So this thing is going to happen supposed to happen when it's in a smaller screen, not on our desktop view. So let's imagine we're building for a desktop view. So in our next lesson, I'll be using the media queries. So let's continue. We imagine these things. Since we want to use this, we want to imagine we are using this for a desktop view, because there are some desktop pages where this thing appears to. So we say you can easily come and say it's very easy. So okay, very easy. So this 500 pixels, this one is coming out from, it's too much. Let's just give it like 200 pixels so it doesn't go too much. It's going too much. Let's call it like 50 pixels or 100, so it comes so close to the side, something like this. So let's just give it 20 safe. Okay, let's give it 0 pixels. I think 0 pixels should work for it. I think this is fine. Yeah, it comes the way we want it. So the 30% looks so big for our desktop view. So let's use 25%. So we refresh and say okay, this is cool. Now we want all of this to be in this bar. All of this, including let's use only the nav link. So using the nav link, this is what we are going to do. Let's make this URL position absolute, or we can easily come here, copy and paste this thing inside here. Let's see what happens. I'm saying it. There's nothing to do. Just come to your CSS and say, how is the URL? Float. So you're not floating anything. Don't float again. URL, don't float again. That's just the next thing you need to do. Then the URL doesn't need to float again. I don't think it just have any attribute yet. Then the display should not have any line. It should be naturally blocked. So let's see what happens. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? So let's come back. I'll get rid of this in line, and let's get rid of all these things. So our navigation bar should be of a position absolute. I don't know why we did not include that since, so it doesn't start moving anyhow. So let's be fast so that we can. Okay, position absolute, that's fine. So as easy as that, let's just give this li a good padding. Not even padding. Let's give it a good padding. Not having any padding. Instead of padding top here, left here, let's use padding top. Let's give it like 30 pixels each. Perfecto. So now we want it to be, when we click on it, it goes in, it comes out, and we should bring out a cancel icon so that it can close up the nav bar when it is clicked out. So let's build that. We come to our HTML and say B. Let's just use B and say class. Let's give it the class of anything, and let's say cancel. Let's give S is X, that's normal X, so then since it has to be clickable, so we use the onClick events. The onClick, yeah, that's different attributes. So the event destination, so it's onClick events. Let's use my cancel. That's fine. So once this appears, so let's just build it. Let's design it. Let's design it quickly. So we say the color naturally black, so let's just use color of white. Let's see what happens. Where's the cancel if it's not showing? So that's fine. It should be inside here. This B should be inside this. Place. It can be here. So that we'll see what is happening. See. So it's very easy. Just give it a position absolute also, so that it stays on its own. Absolute. Position absolute. So we say margin left. No, just say left. We say 30 pixels. We say right. We say top 30 pixels too. See, are you seeing it? So let's give it the size of font size of 30 pixels. So font family, it's looking weird. Font family, let's use area. Big. Let's use left. So this is my left. I want it to be exactly on that point, that place. So okay. Top 25. Okay, so we want when you click on this 3 dash, when you click on that 3 dash, we want it to disappear and bring up that cancel. So first of all, let's make the cancel display null. We don't want it to display. By default, we don't want it to display, so it's going to disappear. So now, we now say, okay, as soon as you click this place, so let's give the cancel an ID also. So we say ID of what? We're not using this class for anything, we call it B, so there's no need. Let's use the ID of cancel. ID of cancel. So we create another, we say var x y equals to document dot get element of my ID cancel. That's my ID. So close, say y dot style dot what do you want to do? I want it to display block. That's the CSS attribute for it. So we want to display block since it's displaying none by default. So when it is clicked, say we want to display block. So let's try out our code and let's see what happens. So are you seeing it is appearing? Now we want this 3 dash to disappear as soon as it is being clicked. As soon as it's being clicked, it disappears and this other one comes in. So what do? We say we create another one again. Var z equals to document dot get elements my ID. What is the ID for that toggle button? Toggle button is reps btn. So reps btn. So my ID reps btn. So z dot document dot okay sorry z equals to document dot z equals to I'm sorry, I already initialized it. So z dot style dot display none. So display none. If it doesn't work, then we have to go and give it an initial value in the CSS. So it's working already. So it appears. Then as soon as this one is clicked, this one is not working yet. So as soon as it's clicked, want the navigation bar to go inside. The sidebar to go inside, and that's what that button comes up. So we say function. We come here. This function we're calling now is this cancel. So it's my cancel that is the function name for the click event, as you can see here. So I come to my JavaScript and say function, my cancel. So I can say var a anything I want to give it. Var a equals to document dot get element and my ID. What ID am I calling now? What do I want to do with the cancel? The cancel I want to do is my cancel. It's cancel, ID cancel. So, no, there's no need first. Let's call it REST-BG. Let's do it by sequence. We're doing it by sequence. So, I want to do the sidebar for it to go inside. So we say A equals to a dot style dot margin left equals to, the initial value was 500 minus 500 pixels, if you remember, in our CSS. So let's use that initial value. So let's test that first before doing anything to know if it's working. It appears and click on it, bro. It's not working. Why? Let's make the def. Let's give it a cursor of pointer so we know what we are doing. Cursor. Okay, it's not closed. Okay, what's happening? Okay, that's fine. So it's not working yet. Good. No problem. You don't have a problem with it. It's going to work. So why is it not working? So document element by ID REST-BG. What is the REST-BG here? REST-BG is the actual sidebar. So what are we saying we should do? A dot style dot margin left minus 500 pixels. Of course, I cancel. Let's see our CSS. Let's see what's happening. Let's check. Okay. Pushing out to it now. 500 pixels. So let's see the name we are using. My cancel. So major JavaScript. REST-BG function, my cancel. REST-BG, either stylus. Why? Should work. It should work. Save. Come back to JavaScript. It's not working. Why? What's the problem? I think what's the problem? Let's see. Let's inspect. Command Option I for MacBook. The console says uncaught type error cannot read properties of undefined. at my console at HTML element dot on click. Cannot read properties. Okay. So let's see what happens. I cannot read this. Document will get element by my ID. Okay. It's supposed to be a bracket and not a curly brace. Sorry. It's supposed to be this. It's supposed to be this and not that. So let's refresh. So okay. No error. So let's see. Should work. Perfecto. Now, as soon as it's clicked, we want it to disappear and the other one should come back to normal state. So we can always copy this and just change the value. Change the value. I think this should be here. Indentation. Okay. 500 pixels. Cancel should display none at this time. Should display none at this time. And the BTN should display block at this point in time. So we change the values. We can use F. Change the value again here. We say G. We say G. That's pretty much straightforward. Let's see. Should be perfectly working. So this is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens. As you can see. Yeah, thank you for watching. Do well to like and subscribe. Watch out for our next video. Thank you.